Hey, can we take a minute to talk about your dreams for 2025? I want this to be the best, most aligned, abundant year for you yet, which is why I'm hosting a virtual manifestation retreat called the Manifestation Portal. This is where we're going to get super clear with our goals, set some powerful intentions, also do some healing work, like some cord cutting so we can let go of energy that isn't going to serve us in the new year, do some breath work. And then the best part is that my dear friend, who's an amazing and powerful psychic medium, Edith Vasquez, is going to be joining us to give some 2025 predictions. If this sounds like exactly what you need to kickstart the year, grab your seat today because spaces are limited. Sign up at lilia.net under events. Can't wait to see you in the portal. Hello and Happy New Year. Welcome back to Breathe More. I actually missed y'all. It was so strange not recording podcasts for the last couple of weeks, but we are back and we have a lot to talk about. The new year obviously is a time where a lot of us reflect on our life, where we think about what we want to change and what we want to accomplish, what goals we want to set for ourselves. And at the same time, I know that can overwhelm so many people. And I actually see a lot of people also shut down and try to ignore it. So today I want to talk about a couple strategies on how to navigate that depending on how you're feeling today. And then also invite you to join a manifestation mini retreat that I'm co-hosting with my dear friend Edith. Lots more details about that in a bit. All right. So first of all, I just want to share how I ended the new year and also what I guided my Dream Bigger Mastermind clients through, where I feel it's really important to take the time to reflect on the last year. So thinking about what things worked, what changes you made, to also acknowledge like the progress that you made, and also to start to make connections if these changes actually helped you get a different result, which oftentimes they do. So as a way to give your mind evidence, proof, that's like, okay, I did that thing. Maybe I signed up for a program or I created a new habit. And as difficult as it was at the beginning, and I felt like I was failing a lot of the times, I ended up creating a different result. Yay, amazing. So it works, right? Our brain really needs that reminder and proof that doing something new is actually a good thing, because initially your brain is telling you, nope, this is dangerous. I don't know how to figure this out. Let's just show up and continue doing life the way that we always have been. And that's fine if you're happy with those results. But for most of you here, I know that there are a lot of things in your life, or maybe not a lot of things, but certain things that you want to change, certain things that you want to call in. So that's what we did at the end of the year, where we made a list of what worked. What do I not want to take into the new year? And then I actually created a ceremony around that, very simple, where I just wrote it down and then I burned it. Luckily, I have a fireplace now, so I build fires every single day and I just watched it with gratitude for all of the growth, for the lessons, and let it go. Now, for the new year, I haven't sat down yet to write down my goals or intentions, but I've been thinking about how I want to feel, how I want to experience life. Like I have my business goals that I have is to make a bigger impact, is to reach more people, is to be more profitable. And then also I want more work-life balance. So I have shared throughout this podcast that I love to work. I am a workaholic. I really struggle with boundaries around that, where I work pretty much every single day. And so one of my goals for this new year is to work less, like to really experience life. And so for January 1st, as much as I still had a ton of computer work to do, I've been updating a sales page, I've been creating programs, and then just getting prepared for the new year. A lot of stuff to do, never ending to-do list. But I said to myself, I'm like, if I'm really going to experience having more work-life balance, if I'm really going to work less and allow myself to experience life more, then I need to start with day number 1, January 1st. And you guys, it was really hard for me. I was feeling panicked. It was hard for me to relax. My mind kept going to my to-do list. I was filling in the time, like just sitting and resting. I couldn't do at the beginning. So what did I do? I cleaned the house. I was vacuuming. I was rearranging things, which I also really like to do. And then as the day continued, I'm like, okay, let me now do something that I haven't done in forever and something that I enjoy doing, which is reading a magazine, the LA magazine, Los Angeles magazine, where I get to know what the new restaurants are. And that's basically why I like it. And I had 3 months piled up that I hadn't even touched or opened. And so I sat outside in the sun and I read it. And it brought so much joy to me. Like I added new restaurants that I want to go visit once I'm in LA. It felt amazing to be outside and in the sun. And it just really helped my body and my nervous system and my mind to quiet down and to regulate. And then after that, the other goal that I have for myself is to be more active. So I moved to this small mountain town thinking that I was going to be hiking like every day. And I did a bit at the beginning, but then since then, again, I've been hiding behind my work. And I've been telling myself that I really don't have time. Like the sun is setting so early, it gets so dark. I can't go too early in the morning because my sessions start at 7 a.m. And so I just haven't made the time. And weekends, then I'm too tired and I just want to like lay around, or I haven't done it. So that's another thing. I'm like, you know what? As much as I'm not really feeling like hiking right now, or I was also nervous that there were going to be a lot of tourists out on the trails, I said, let me just go and experience it. And so I did. Went to go hike my 3-mile loop, the hike that I took my spring retreat guests on, which is one of my favorite hikes. And you get to the top and you have this beautiful vista. And again, I felt so much more energized after I did it. And it was such a great reminder. It's like we're constantly telling ourselves, I'm too tired to do this, or I don't have time. And especially when it comes to working out and moving your body, oftentimes you're actually going to feel more energy after you do it. So the initial like, I'm not feeling it will change. You'll get the adrenaline rush. And so that's what happened with me. And I'm so glad that I did that. And then I ended my evening eating amazing food, listening to music, enjoying a fire, and it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. And I'm so proud of myself, celebrating myself. Some of you are probably thinking like, that's crazy. Like you are celebrating the fact that you took a day off. Yes, it's a really big deal for me. And it was really important for me to show up on day one for myself to really prove or like reinforce this commitment that I have. That it's not going to be easy for me because I have so many habits and patterns and programming that tell me not to do that. But it was a great reminder of all the positive things that come from it. So then I went back to work the next day with so much more energy and clarity. I was so productive, feeling great. And that's what I did. So for those of you who right now are in a place where you're feeling a little excited, like you're feeling the new energy, you're like, yeah, you know what? I really do want to take some time to think about what I want to call into my life. Let's do that. Think about your personal life. Think about your professional life. Is there any changes that you want to make? Is there certain things that you have to do to make those changes? Are you going to need support, accountability, or are you a self-starter and you're going to be able to do it as long as you schedule it into your calendar or you set up your systems to help you follow through? And then if you want to get even more specific with it, maybe set some deadlines for yourself. I think some people with deadlines help them achieve, because I have a lot of clients who they have a goal and they have the intention to do it. But again, life gets busy. They have a 9-to-5 job. They have a family and it's hard to get around to, or their perfectionism gets in the way And so then they procrastinate because they're like, oh my gosh, but it's not perfect, or I don't even know how to do it, or they get overwhelmed and shut down and then it doesn't happen. So let's set a deadline. Like, give yourself a time, and I don't want it to be too long either. You need a little pressure, right? Where it's like the first thing, maybe you start with the easiest thing and you get that done and you get that dopamine hit again. You're feeling proud, you're celebrating, and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel great. That didn't take as long as I thought it would. On to the next. And that's how we continue. I am feeling excited about this year. I know with change of an administration and politics, it's all very uncertain. Who knows? It feels scary. But what I decided for myself is that I need to change my focus on what I can control and what I'm in charge of, and ultimately how I want to feel and experience life. And so that means that I'm going to be more mindful of what I consume, of who I'm around, how I spend my time and energy, because that's going to create a huge impact in how I experience life. And so that's my invitation to you as well, that yes, if you are feeling overwhelmed and stressed and scared, I understand. I feel the same way. But now let's come back to us and think about what you're in control of. What can you do to change circumstances, to change your reality, and spend your time and energy on that? Now, if you're someone who's like, I hate New Year's, I hate setting resolutions, setting goals, like, blah, it's just another year, just another day. Why are we making such a big deal about it? I totally get that too. And there's moments of that I've actually have had in these first couple of days where feeling a little nervous. It's like, oh my gosh, this pressure that I've added to myself. It's like, oh, here I go again, like feeling that I'm behind or that I need to change all of these things. And I had to remind myself again, it's like, okay, you are not behind. You just are experiencing life on your own timeline. Things are going to unfold the way they're going to unfold. You are very proactive. You are successful. You are driven, and you're going to get done whatever it is that you want done. So if for you, you don't want to set goals, I invite you to think about at least how you want to feel. So if you want more peace in your life, if you want more rest, if you want more health, what are some simple things that you can do? And so let's start with peace. If you just want to feel calmer, more at peace, who are people that help you feel that way as well? Can you reach out to them and maybe meet up for a coffee or tea or dinner and gather so you can be in that energy? Also, are there people in your life that maybe you need to say no to and not be so available for so that you can have more peace in your life? Health is a big goal. I know it's a big goal for me. I know it's a big goal for a lot of my women in my Dream Bigger Mastermind. And that is something that I feel like we can have some progress and then we fall back. And I'm the same way. This is one goal and I'm sharing it here today because I want to be held accountable by all of you. So one of the things that have really been affected due to my mold poisoning, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have an episode where I talk all about living in a house for almost 6 years that has mold that made me really, really, really sick. So it compromised a lot of my immune system, my well-being, and a big thing that really got impacted was my gut. And that has been one thing that has been very challenging to heal. And so I suffer from IBS, constant bloating, and it doesn't matter. I always say this. I'm like, it doesn't matter what I eat. Like if I'm eating clean, if I'm eating this, like I still have these symptoms. But one thing that has been coming up a lot is the suggestion to do the low FODMAP diet. So it's an elimination diet basically. And I take full ownership that I have been really resistant to doing this because you have to eliminate a lot of the things that I eat, which are actually healthy, like broccoli and Brussels sprouts and I don't know, cottage cheese, whole foods, just like a lot of different whole foods you have to eliminate because they create more gases, and I forget the whole thing. I feel like they also pull more water. And so it's a way to help to reduce inflammation in your intestines. And then my mind goes like fighting it, right? And I feel like it's my teenage self fighting this, like protesting and not wanting to do this elimination diet. Then it's like, but these are healthy. I can't believe that not eating an avocado is going to make me less bloated. And then the thought of like, oh, I'm going to have to shop completely different. And then what am I going to cook? That just sounds like too much work. And so then the next day and the next day and the next day continues, and I still haven't done the elimination diet. Fasting actually sounds a lot simpler to me, just eliminating everything and just drinking like bone broth for a week. I've done that before. It's actually really healing. I feel like it's easier. So you know what? I might start with that. I haven't decided yet, but it's this tug of war that I've been dealing with, knowing that I probably should at least just try it to see if I'm feeling better, because right now, even eating these quote unquote healthy foods, I'm feeling really uncomfortable and I'm tired of it. I'm over it. Like, I really want 2025 to be the year that my gut is completely healed. So I know how hard it can be when we set health goals, because all of the mind drama that happens gets in the way and then we don't do it. But if this year is the year that you also want to dedicate to taking better care of your body, I'm here for you. I'm on the same path, not just to heal my gut, but also to move my body more and to finally exercise. Like, I have a Peloton in my bedroom that I haven't used in years. Why? Because again, I just haven't made it a priority. So thinking back, if you don't want to set goals, how do you want to feel? If you want to be healthier, stronger, start small. Maybe eliminating one thing, maybe choosing one day of the week where you're going to cook for yourself and eat healthy, yummy, delicious whole foods. Again, we want you to start small so that it doesn't feel overwhelming and you're not completely changing your whole life. Because that's the part where people can get tripped up and then they say F it to everything and they give up and then just go back to their old ways. The year goes by and here we are again. Same life, same results, unhappy, dissatisfied, feeling stuck, feeling depressed. And I don't want that for us. So for this year, I really encourage you to follow my lead and set some goals for yourself. And as a way to help you in January, I'm so excited to share. This is something that I was creating over the break, where I reached out to my dear friend and client, Edith Vasquez, who's an amazing psychic medium. If you've been a part of my new moon circles, all about her channeling, she's incredible. So we're going to team up to create a mini virtual manifestation retreat called the Manifestation Portal, where we're going to guide you through different exercises to not only set intentions and get clarity of all of the things that we just talked about, but also doing the healing exercises to start to get you aligned so that there isn't so much of that resistance or doubt or procrastination, so that you feel clear on what next steps you have to take, so that you believe that you are deserving to have it and that it's even possible. Self-belief is such a huge thing. And then also, we are going to have at the end a live psychic reading by Edith, who's going to be showing us and telling us what we can expect in 2025. So I always love her readings because her readings are so great because they're validating and you can use it as a guide on what you can expect in different months and how to approach things. I know for me personally, I always do a year ahead reading. And so I get the intel of what my year, depending on when I was born, how things are going to unfold. So we're teaming up, we're doing some cord cutting, we're doing breath work, we're amplifying our intentions, and we're getting a reading. All of that for the low price of $44. It's happening Saturday, January 25th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific time. If you can't attend all of it, you will get the replay. But I really, really, really hope that you can attend live so that you can be in the energy and we can be channeling messages for you. And I can't wait. Like, this is exactly so many of the offerings that I offer is things that I would like to experience for myself. I don't see other people doing this. So if you don't see it, create it yourself. And so that's what we're doing. I hope that you will join Edith and me in the manifestation portal. Click in the show notes to sign up, or you can go to my website, annalilia.net, click on events, and you can get your ticket there. And take advantage of the early bird, because right now it's $44 for early bird, and then it's going to go up for $55. Or if you get a ticket with a friend, then you get a discount. So I can't wait for that. It's going to be amazing and so much fun. And lastly, I just wanted to remind us of a couple of things. One thing is that where you are today, there's probably a younger version of yourself that thought would be possible. Maybe it was a dream, maybe it wasn't. And so taking a moment to acknowledge like, hey, you know what? I am in a different place. I've come far from my upbringing or from where my relatives were, my parents. And it's that way because of the work that I did. And so I'm really owning that and I'm celebrating that. And the other reminder that I have for you is that we are in control of so much of our life, of how we feel, of the reality we experience, of what we manifest. And so come back to your power, come back to your vision, and start creating from that place, not from a place of victimhood, not from a place of past experiences. Yes, you went through that. That was something that maybe you experienced a long time ago, or maybe just not that long ago. But just because you went through it once doesn't mean it has to continue to repeat, or that has to be your reality if you don't want it to. I believe in you. I can't wait to see everything that you call in and achieve this year. And I hope to be your guide along the way to continue encouraging you and help you reprogram your beliefs and get you aligned and help you with strategies so that you can achieve and realize and manifest with more ease. Happy New Year, everyone. We will be back real soon. And in the meantime, remember to keep breathing. Bye.